Moving further from the secretary's desk, we proceed to the wash area. This is now a restricted area. We pass by two chiller units. One is for drinking water sample and the other for wastewater samples. The general view of the wash area. In the wash area, we have tiled counters, and on it are drying racks. The faucets connect to two water supplies. One is the Bohol Waterworks Incorporated, and the other the University Rainwater Collection. The fume hood is located beside the wash area. And in here is the calibration certificate of our fume hood. A tiled counter near the fume hood serves to hold heating stoves and the drying oven. Down below is the storage for iron stand. On the wall, close to the drying oven, is the medicine cabinet, and down below is another fire extinguisher. The back door exit or emergency exit, and above it is the air conditioning unit. Moving to the other side towards the right, we proceed to some parts of the wet lab. This is a table which holds our logbooks. A general view of the wet lab. The wet lab is for authorized personnel only. This partition separates the wet lab from the receiving area. It also serves as a cabinet to hold glasswares. Moving further, we see again the glass panels, which allow us to see the inside of the laboratory manager's office. Beside the glass panel is a whiteboard, which shows the list of samples and the various tests requested. Then the other glass panel, and down below is another fire extinguisher. Now, we are now going from the wet lab to the microbiology room. Going to the microbiology room, we see a switch by the side of the glass door. This is for the ceiling UV lamp inside the isolation room. The light bulb above will turn on if the UV light is also turned on. Let us get inside the microbiology room. The whole room measures 20 square meters. There is something like an outer room and an inner room. In the outer room, we find this information board, a cabinet which holds glasswares, the emergency glass window, the air conditioning unit, the incubator, and the refrigerator, which keeps the sterilized media. The inner room is the isolation room, made visible from outside by glass panels. The slide door is provided so that it can be opened and closed without having to disturb much of the air inside the isolation room. We have the laminar flow inside the isolation room, which is sterilized by a UV lamp. The tiled counter holds the manifold membrane filtration setup, and there is a sink. Above is an exhaust, and another UV lamp hangs from the ceiling. Moving out of the isolation room, we proceed to the other part of the outer room. Where we find the coliform bath. The sink is for ordinary washing and draining. The tiled counter is for media preparation and other activities. Under the counter is another cabinet where the dry media are kept. Moving out of the microbiology room, we proceed to the adjacent room, which is also part of microbiology because it is where sterilization and decontaminations are done. We first proceed to the adjacent room, but we pass by this portion where we have a cabinet which holds the desiccator and other supplies. This is the adjacent room, also for microbiology procedures. There is a glass door and another glass window to make the inside of the room visible from the wet lab. The tiled counter holds glasswares, a sink, and a bigger coliform bath for multiple tube fermentation technique. The upright Hirayama autoclave can hold 3 baskets of material to be sterilized. There is also another air conditioning unit. The other autoclave is for decontamination procedure. Here is a cabinet which holds some materials and the lab books for microbiology. Now, from this room, we proceed to the wet lab. There are 3 tiled working tables. Each table has a drain that is connected to the chemical waste tank. The first table holds instruments such as the UV-vis spectrophotometer and the analytical balances. A small table is stationed close to the middle table. This is where pH analysis is done. Titration analysis such as determination of chloride, hardness, and residual chlorine are performed in the adjacent bigger table. Down below are cabinets which hold reagents. A copy of the MSDS. And this is the third table. This table is closest to the lavatory for chemical waste. This is also used for preparation of reagents. Down below, we have cabinets for reagents. This is where we have our BOD incubator.